One. Great. What's up? He's just like, why is it taking so long? Hurry up. That's the actual real.
People say that the main event is like a lottery, where just some people have more tickets than others. You know, based on how good you are. You know, like Phil Ivey probably has the most tickets. You know, like he might, but even him, you know, if he plays the main event the rest of his life, he probably won't get the final table again. With 7,000 people putting $10,000 up that all have some level of competency, for the most part, you know, it's hard to get to the final table. So when you do get here, you have to make the most of it. And I think Russell is doing the right thing by really dedicating himself to that. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't put all your time into making the most of this opportunity. You're not going to get a chance at this again.
It could definitely change my life. Getting first or getting eighth, I mean, my life's going to be way different the next 10 years. So it's just huge, huge stakes.
Russ made the right decision finding someone that understands these things. Like, I think Russ and I get along really well, and we have a very similar perspective on what is important and what we need to focus on and how we're going to get there.
I played with Jason on day 4 of the main event, and I was impressed with his play. I also knew of his reputation, and I was looking for a coach for the 3 months leading up to the final table. So I contacted him on Twitter, and he had a lot of great ideas. So we went forward with that.
Well, you know, every year in the summer is the World Series of Poker. There's 60 events they play out at the Rio in Las Vegas, and it's like the Super Bowl of poker. The culmination of which is the 10K main event that everyone knows about, that they see on ESPN, and that they, you know, it's the one that everybody knows, that everybody cares about.
I don't think it's just another poker tournament. I mean, it's the biggest one of the year. If any poker tournament means something, it's this one.
A key part of our approach for this final table was going to be running as many practice sessions as we could.
I think I wanted an all-in coaching experience because I hadn't been playing much the past year, so I really wanted to be sharp for the final table.
The cast that I brought in is a pretty diverse group of people, all professional poker players, all guys that I respect a lot, guys that are going to play their best every day. You know, it's such a grueling process for everyone involved, and it's awesome that these guys come out here to do this.
Matt Berkey.
Anthony Lombard.
Jeff Forrest.
Jeff Lowe.
Christopher Troy. Scott Stewart.
And I'm a professional poker player.
Professional poker player. Poker enthusiast.
Poker pro.
Student and semi-professional poker player.
Professional poker player.
Professional poker player. I'm Jason Somerville, and I'm a professional poker player.
How many main events have I played? This is my 7th.
7?
5 main events.
My main event experience has been the first year I went out on day 1, second year day 2, third year day 3, and this year I was positive I was going to go out on day 4, but, you know, stalled on day 3 and went out again.
I played the main event this year. I got 69th, day 6.
My finish wasn't great this year. I finished about 50 out of the money, so like 700.
I got 50th this year, so I made day 6.
I thought I played well the entire tournament, and I was definitely on a heater because you don't make the final table without being on a heater.
Well, you know, like I feel like the main event has the main event for new and amateur players and even professionals. There's so much pressure with all the cameras and the ESPN crew and the lights and the heat and the long days. It's a grueling tournament, and it truly is a marathon event.
Well, I'm sure it enters people's minds, thinking about the final table, the fame, the glory.
There's so many factors to consider, you know. Your table draw, your chip count.
You think about the main event, you dream about the main event. So when you get to the final table, I can only imagine how exciting it is, and I feel like I would do everything in my power to take the most advantage of it as possible.
$8.5 million is first this year.
First place over $8 million, and ninth place will end with what they, just the $750,000.
I wanted to get as good as possible before I actually play the final table, because obviously the most important day of my life, I guess, so far.
The final table is a dream opportunity.
Making the final table would be everything.
The final table is it.
The final table is the dream. Probably with the main event is the dream of any tournament poker player.
The table is everything.
The final table is everything for a professional tournament player.
The final table is the biggest opportunity you'll ever get in your life.
The final table is the Super Bowl, the World Series, it's the Masters, it's a title fight, it's poker's big event. It's the last mile of a marathon. It's every sports metaphor I can think of. In poker, this defines your career. You'll probably only get one shot at it, and if you win, no matter what else you do in this game, that will be the first line in your biography.